All right, welcome. This is grade 5, unit 1, patterns in algebra, lesson 2, which is rules for sequencing. So the very first thing I'm going to get you guys to do is count by threes. So let's do that with me. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. Good job. Now we're going to move on. And there's a sequence here. It's 10, 13, 16, 19. And we're going to try to find the last two numbers. So the first thing that we do, looking at the title of our things, is we're going to come up with rules for the sequence. Okay, so if I'm looking at 10 and 13, what is the difference between 10 and 13? So if we were going to count up from 10, 11, 12, 13. So it is 3, and we are getting bigger. So it is addition. Okay, so I know it is addition because I'm getting bigger all the way across. Now I'm going to start at 13. I'm just going to double check that. So 13, 14, 15, 16. So I am adding 3, 16, 17, 18, 19. And again, I'm adding 3. So I'm going to keep adding 3 to finish the sequence. So 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, and then 22 plus 3 is 25. So what is the rule here? So when I'm saying that, I'm saying what number am I starting with, right? The rule, start at 10, and then what do? And add 3 each time. Okay, that is the rule for this sequence. Okay, we're starting at 10 and then we're adding 3 each time. And the way that I can check this is I can hand it over to somebody else and say, hey, start at 3 and add or start at 10 and add 3 times and stop after the 6th term. And if they come up with the same sequence, obviously it's done correctly, and I have also designed the rule that matches the sequence. So start at 14 and add 3 times. This is the rule. So I'm starting at 14, okay, and I'm going to go for 6. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and I'm adding 3 each time. And that's the difference between the two numbers in the sequence. So 13, I'm going to add 3. 17, adding 3, 20. Then I'm going to add 3, so that's 23. And then I'm going to add 3, which is 26. And then I'm going to add 3, which is 29. All right, I'd like you to try to do B by yourself. And your first question you're going to ask yourself, is this number going to get bigger or smaller? And pause the video. Okay, so if you start at 35, right? So I'm starting at 35, that's the rule, and I'm going to subtract 2 each time. So I am subtracting, which is minus. Okay, and so I've subtracted 2, which is going to be 33. I am subtracting 2, which is going to be 31. Oops, didn't need that little circle. Okay, then I'm going to subtract 2 more, which is 29. Subtract 2 more, which is 27, and subtract 2 more, which is 25. Okay, so making sure that you're identifying what that rule is, and then you follow the rule to find the sequence. Okay, and this is a decreasing sequence. This is a decreasing sequence. Because the sequence is getting smaller. You notice the numbers are getting smaller. And this sequence up here is an increasing sequence because the numbers are getting bigger. Okay, starting at 14, 17, 20, they get bigger as they go. So in this problem, these girls have made an error. Okay, so I have Clara and Grace. We're going to find their mistake. So Clara and Grace are doing their homework together. The sequence in the question is 43, 36, 28, 21, 13, and they need to identify the pattern rule. Okay, so I'm just underlining what I need to know. Now, Clara says that the sequence is made by subtracting 7 because 43 minus 36 is 7. So I'm just going to check that. So I have my sequence here. I have 43, and she just checked the first numbers, and she's saying minus 7. So 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36. That is 7. Okay, now Grace says that the sequence is made by subtracting 8 because 36 to 28, 36 minus 28, the difference is 8. So that's the next number in this sequence here. So let's double check that. She says it's minus 8. So 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, which is 8. So now they're kind of both correct and both incorrect, aren't they? Let's check the next one and see what the sequence actually is. And the next one. All right, so I have 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21. This is minus 7. And then 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, and this is minus 8. So they're both incorrect. What would you say, pause the video after this, what would you say the sequence rule would be? So if the pattern is 40, 43, 36, 28, 21, 13. Okay, and it goes 7, 8, 7, 8. So just pause the video and figure that out. So if I have, okay, so if I have 43, that's going to be my starting number. So my rule is start at 43, right? Let's just fix that number there, 43. So I'm starting at 43. But then what do I do? So start at 43, then I could actually say, then alternate, meaning going back and forth or taking turns between, alternate between subtracting 7 and 8, and subtracting 8 starting with minus 7. So now if I handed this to someone, I'd say, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to alternate between subtracting 7 and 8, starting at 43, and then working your way down. So 43, and then that would be 36, and then I would just double check it, right? And I would end up with the same sequence. Okay, so there's some problems there for you to work on.